What's something you did during sex that was so stupid you still facepalm about it today? In college my girlfriend was riding me in my dark bedroom me summer night. She was vigorously gyrating that I could feel her sweat dripping on me. Afterward we kissed and cuddled. When we turned on the light we discovered she had a bloody nose and her blood was all over my neck and chest. May I ask, what happened to make her nose bleed? Or was she one of those that nose bleed easily? She used to get them occasionally. It's weird because I can count on one hand the number of bloody noses I've had in my life. Some people are just prone to it I suppose. My nose bleeds 40% of the time I rub my nose lol. Visit an ear/nose/throat doctor. Some people have an issue when a vein in their nose grows outside the skin and is easily broken. They go in there and cauterize the area and the skin will grow over the vein. I used to get bloody noses all the time. Got this procedure done and have had a few in about 2 years. First time I saw a penis, I was like wow so that's it. I meant like wow it's actually there. Here it is. But he understood it like it wasn't big or something lol. Like where's the rest of it? No I poor guy. This was a bit of misunderstanding. But when my boyfriend and I first got together, I was going to give him a blowjob, so I took the gum out of my mouth. And I thought I put it in the trash bin. I did not. After we finished I went to the bathroom and saw gum all over my hair. I guess it was still on my hand when I put my hair up with a hair tie. So I said man this takes me back to my childhood, referring to the gum stuck in my hair. When I walked back into his room, his face had changed from happy bliss to complete concern. After a pause he finally says he was so sorry and that we didn't have to do that again. He hadn't seen the gum in my hair. He thought I was talking about a childhood filled with blowjobs. Once we figured out the mix-up, he was still a bit shaken by my childhood. I haven't been fucked like that since grade school. Marla. Fight Club. The story behind how that line even got into the movie is just very hilarious. What? Do we have to beg for the fucking story? Someone else on here posted the story in more detail. But the short of it is, the original line had Marla saying to Tyler I wanna have your abortion. But the president of production for Fox 2000 Pictures demanded it be changed. David Fincher agreed on one condition. That they put it on legal writing. That whatever he changed it to would not be allowed to be changed and would be put in the final cut. They agreed and then he changed the line to I haven't been fucked like that since grade school, which pissed the president off even more and demanded that line be changed because it was even worse. But hands were legally tied because of the deal they made with Fincher that his new line wouldn't be cut. One girl I was with in high school was on top and I had to fart real bad. I wasn't sure what to do, so I just tried to hold it in. She started to get more into it and picked up the pace, which caused a series of tiny rhythmic farts every time she came down. It sounded like a machine gun. She stopped and asked if I farted, and I blamed the squeaky bed. She knew. I don't know if I've ever laughed so hard at something on Reddit. It's the description. Tiny rhythmic farts. I feel like I was there. I know you were there cheering him on. I had sex with a deaf chick, and I was moaning really loud, but she couldn't hear it. So I gave her a thumbs up for half of it. It became an inside joke. This is kinda sweet though lol. I asked my boyfriend to talk dirty to me. In the middle of sex he starts saying in my ear fuck you. Fuck you. I'll let it happen and afterwards burst out laughing telling him to never do that again. Fuck you. Fuck me yourself. You coward. I am. Are you fucking sorry? I fucked my ex. I hadn't noticed it until after some minutes. She says I don't know what you're doing. But can you put it inside? I kinda like thigh fucking though cause it rubs the clit very lightly. My husband accidentally did the same thing and I told him to keep it there for a while lol. See, this is the perfect comment to illustrate how sex is different for everyone. And if you think you know how to have sex, you're probably doing it wrong. Every two partners are different. You have to get to learn what works for your new partner. And it could be completely different than what worked for you and your previous partner or partners. Get to definitely. Close bracket. See, this is the perfect comment to illustrate how sex is different for everyone. So that thing I do with the pneumatic male gun isn't so weird after all. An old girlfriend of mine said she wanted to be slapped while we were going at it. After 100% ensuring she really wanted to be slapped, I slapped her. I missed her cheek and smacked her right in the nose. She yelled, "Ow, fuck," but thankfully didn't hold it against me. The classic guys don't know how to slap during sex. They either do it too lightly or knock the sonic rings out of your ass. Holds true. Thank God there's been no accidental nose hits over here, though. Mayo, at least she took it like a champ. Knock the sonic rings out of your ass is possibly the best phrase of all time. Even funnier since I have this mental image of the knockback as she loses her rings. My husband was trying to talk dirty to me and finished a sentence calling me a silly goose. Sex was postponed for a good 15 minutes while I laughed my ass off, calling me a silly goose. "I'm gonna make you honk so hard. Junk." He said arch your back while we were doing it doggy style and I arched it the wrong way up and he had to say no the other way at it. Thanks for all the awards. Glad my suffering and his probably can bring you all joy. OMG. Scared cat pose. I'm dying. I read this to BF and he called it the dog taking a dump pose and I cannot stop my mad cackling. Getting my wife's bra off. Too many damn straps and crap. I muttered Rubik's boob and we started laughing so hard we killed the moment. Real talk, I was watching Happy Days on Nick at night growing up. Fonzie had a scene where he took off a bra one-handed. I vowed to be able to do that when I got old enough to see boobs. I practiced with a bra on some pillows. First time having sex. Bladder. Did it one-handed while still making out. I was God King to her. Too bad I cried after sex. What a fucking roller coaster of a comment. The first time he went down on me, he had a slight cold and I was super nervous. So he's going at it right up in there and my brain decided to ask him, "How's your nose?" He just looked up at me, shook his head and kept going. Thankfully, AHH. Mayo. Reminds me of the first time I went down on a guy. I had told him it was my first time trying it and I'm going at it just fine for a couple of minutes, then randomly pull back, look up at him, and say, "I just don't want you to be bored. I've never seen such a bitch. Are you serious?" Look in my entire life. It still makes me laugh to think about. My boyfriend gave me that same look my first time when I stopped to ask if I was doing okay. I do that too sometimes. Having sex while standing, holding GF face to face and supporting her off the ground with my arms under her legs. Yeah, you have to have some strength to do this. So she's all into this new position and my arms are getting tired. So I have the idea to walk forward and put her back against the wall, except it was the patio sliding glass door in January, which was freezing cold. Bare GF back against a cold piece of glass. Nope, that definitely broke the mood. That ended better than I thought it would. Bro, I thought that glass was gonna shatter into another dimension. The first time I tried to kiss a guy, I closed my eyes, went forward with my mouth open, and bit his chin. My first time I tried to kiss a girl we both missed too, and kissed each other on the cheek. Then there was the longest 10 seconds as we looked at each other. My girlfriend a while ago liked to do the ice cube cup of tea blowjob trick. One night we didn't have any ice cubes, only a bag of frozen peas. She went down on me with a mouthful, and it turns out that peas in the mouth defrost really fast. After about 20 secs she choked and coughed blowjob mushy peas all over me and my new sheets. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Tell me more about this ice cube cup of tea trick. Jet in hot and heavy with my GF in bed, making out and getting ready to start the main event. We're whispering back and forth to each other when I say, "I wanna be inside you." To which she immediately responded, "What? What did you say?" After a very confusing moment, I realized she thought I said, "I want to pee inside you." It kinda killed the mood. BTW. Fucking autocorrect almost made me post this as jet in hot and heavy with my grandfather in bed. Glad I'm a paranoid proofreader. The autocorrect has me dying. I really wish op wasn't a paranoid proofreader. Mayo. My boyfriend at the time was trying to take my tight jeans off and struggling mightily to get them over my hips. I lifted my hips up to assist with the process and the jeans came off quickly and he flew backwards and hit his head on the wall. It was absolutely hilarious and I laughed. He did not find it equally funny, and sexy times were put off, so he could nurse his head injury and his pride. A girl invited me over to her house to watch the Wonder Woman movie. While we are watching it, she starts kissing on me and teasing me. I said, what about the movie? She says to me, come on to the bedroom, it'll be better than the movie. And while we are going at it, she says, see, isn't this better than the movie? And before I could catch myself I said, I don't know, I haven't seen the rest of the movie. /view 200D. Bro, I have tears, I can feel your disappointment. She, who's very insecure, queefs very loud, and leans forward, looks back at me, lip shaking like she's going to cry. I'm not grossed out or anything, but I do kinda feel bad for her. I seize this opportunity to let out a fart that I'd been holding in, and followed up with it's okay. I do it too sometimes. It was unsuccessful. She just started bawling. What the fuck, bro? That was the perfect save too. Going when I came. Her roommate had friends over, and they still make fun of me to this day for it. I hope they started calling you Mr. Poopy Butthole after that. Not me, but my girlfriend and I were in the middle of sexy times, and we had been wanting to get more comfortable with dirty talk, and after a little bit of back and forth she said, how bad do you want this dick? I mean, pussy. We just laughed it off, but she still gets embarrassed thinking about it to this day. I've gotten what, yeah, put your tits between my cock before mayo. Between your cock and what, woman? 'Tis an impossible request. So I met this girl at a bar one night. She had very vibrantly red hair, so I end up going home with her. All was well. We exchanged numbers and I left. So we meet up again, and her hair is bluer than the sky. So I say, oh shit, I like the new hair color. So she proceeds to tell me they are wigs. She had destroyed her hair and shaved it off. So, now wigs. The Facepalm is. One night she's giving me oral. I look over, and there's 2 different wigs next to me. I still don't know what possessed me to do it, but I took the one on her head off and, naturally, put a different one on. Sorry, this one isn't doing it for me. First time. I put it in and just expected things to happen. I mean, it felt warm and nice, but not even close to how good it felt when I masturbated. We figured things out the second time round though. Pages warmer, cock koozie, oven for the bratwurst. My very first time with a gal who was out of my league. We stripped off our clothes and were making out, and both of us totally naked. I said, so, what next? Do I ask for a blowjob? She laughed it off and said, let me take the lead on this one. I miss her. I miss her too. Yeah, I do too. Let's miss her together. Unzips. One time I slipped off the bed and literally fell out of her. I imagined this happening with a little cartoon cork popping noise. A cork popping, me screaming, and a splat. You forgot the slide whistle. Lost my virginity to a girl with an IUD, so we just kinda raw dogged it. Basically I nutted in like 30 seconds, but didn't wanna disappoint, so I just kept going for like 15 minutes till she was like, yo, are you good? And I told her I nutted like ages ago and we laughed. Bet she never forget your limp spaghetti. I was pushing that soft shrimpy flesh and hopping that it wakes up inside like Evanescence, my favorite made up little Dicky line. Wake me up inside. Not really bad but weird. I was having sex with my GF in the missionary position, and out of nowhere she stuck her middle finger up my ass. No warning or anything. What really freaked me out was I came instantly. Didn't have any control over it. One of my friends in undergraduate had a similar situation and now he's really into being pegged. No judging. Just warning. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll give you 5 minutes to cut that shit out. Quick. We only have 5 minutes left. So when I'm drunk and tired I start saying extremely weird things with no recollection of it afterwards. Sex is no exception here, unfortunately. The worst thing I've said was probably my reply to a how was it, when I supposedly just dryly shrugged and said nothing to be proud of. When I first started dating my wife, we went out one night and I got hammered ass drunk and she didn't. We went back to her place. I was on top and apparently started slurring something about my emotions right as I finished, then promptly passed out. It's been like 12 years and she will still randomly ask about my emotions. Apostrophe. This is wholesomely funny. I farted while getting a BJ. I'm sorry I couldn't hold it in any longer. Haha. Oh, I feel this one. First time my husband and I had sex, I farted right as I orgasmed. He had the good character to pretend he didn't notice. I also get the after sex sneezing fits. Oh, the human body, what a wonderful thing. When I came, my upper body froze up and I drooled on her face. I felt the spit making its way out and I couldn't move my arms or body. This happened twice with the same girl. I was fucking my girlfriend recently and drooled on her face. Luckily in the moment she thought I was sweating and she thought it was hot. Was not impressed afterwards. Lol. Sex was so good I experienced temporary paralysis. We're married now, so it must have been good for her, even though I drooled in her eye. If you are new to TattleTale TV, please subscribe. We have new videos every day. Stay tuned for more coming up.